I'm so excited to go out to the newest dance club and party like a rock star. Yee-haw! And the first thing she said, okay, I gotta stay serious here. Hello! Today we're going to use an idiom, paint the town red, and a few pictures. Together we're going to use them to create conversations. Let's get started. First, we need to talk about this idiom. What does it mean? I'm glad you asked. Paint the town red means to go out drinking and dancing at bars and nightclubs. It means to go out partying and have a wild and crazy time. What is a nightclub? Oh, wonderful. Let's check it out on, where else? Google image search. Let's see what a nightclub is. So we type in nightclubs and it shows us, oh, dancing, lights, loud music, a real wild and crazy time, probably wonderful. You've been sitting in your office all week long and you want to go out partying, or maybe all month long or 10 months, and you take a break and you decide to go to Las Vegas and party in a nightclub. Okay. Let's see an example using paint the town red. The last time we painted the town red, I woke up in a different country without money or a passport. Woo! So there are different levels, I suppose, of painting the town red. You could just go out with your friends, have a nice time, maybe drink a little and go back home. Okay, you painted the town red. But maybe you go to the 10th level and do what this guy did. He drank so much that when he woke up, he was in a different country. No money and no passport. Probably not recommended activity. He really painted the town red and put himself in a very dangerous position. All right, let's move on. Oh, our first picture. We have the idiom over here and we have the conversation. We're going to get to it in a few moments. Let's talk about the picture. Oh, yes, I like it. Okay, in this picture, I see two women. I see Emma and Layla, and they're dressed up quite nice. They both have makeup. They both have lipstick. They have, I'm not a makeup expert, but mascara, the black dark stuff around their eyes, eyeshadow, all of that stuff. Okay, and their hair's done up very nice. Emma is holding a cocktail, I would call, or an alcoholic drink in her right hand. Looks like she has a long earrings, and she has brown hair. Looks like a little bit short. We can't quite see because it's hidden behind there. She has red lipstick on and lots of mascara. She has more of a serious look on her face. You could say she's looking directly at us. Boom, looking right at the camera. And she is sitting in a way that's positioned a little bit away, pointing away from the camera, so she bends back to be able to look at the camera. Next to her hand on the table looks like a string of pearls, a pearl necklace, and maybe that's a purse, I'm not quite sure. She's sitting down on some sort of table, I'm not really sure what it is. The background is dark color. I would say they're in a bar or a nightclub just because it's usually darker and they turn the lights down low in those kind of places. Layla is sitting closer to the camera. She is looking away. Maybe she's looking at someone or something. I don't know. She's also holding a cocktail. It looks like it's the same kind of drink that Emma is holding. It's an orange liquid. I'm guessing there's probably alcohol in it because when people go out to bars and nightclubs, they don't usually order drinks that don't have alcohol in them. Layla has blonde hair and she has long hair. She also has earring, and her dress, I guess you could say it's like a brown, maybe like a light orange, and it has a whole bunch of, I think they're called sequins, a bunch of different designs on it, little flashy things that stand out. And you could say this is an open back dress because her back is not covered. It's a sleeveless dress because there's no sleeves covering her arms. Emma's dress also has intricate designs. Intricate means detailed. A lot of designs on it, patterns, different, I think they're called sequins, the little shiny things on them that will reflect the light when the light shines there. Okay, so Emma and Layla, they're out at probably a nightclub or a bar, and they're just hanging out right now. Okay, let's see what they're talking about. Interesting. Okay, looks like Emma is going to start the conversation. A few more cocktails, and I'll be ready to paint the town red. Yee-haw! Layla, whoa! Slow down, Tiger. That's your 10th drink already. Pace yourself. Emma, I look fabulous. My breath smells like caviar. And I'm feeling ostentatious. Layla, we're gonna paint the town red like never before. Onward and upward. Okay, so let's make the idioms bold. Looks like they underlined yeehaw because it's spelled incorrectly, and I would agree, it probably is spelled incorrectly. All right, there's one more in here. Paint the town red. So now we can see the idioms easy where they fit in the conversation. All right, I'm going to repeat the conversation at regular speed. Follow along. Emma, a few more cocktails and I'll be ready to paint the town red. Yee-haw! Layla, whoa! Slow down, Tiger. That's your 10th drink already. Pace yourself. Emma, I look fabulous. My breath smells like caviar, and I'm feeling ostentatious. All right. Layla, we're gonna paint the town red like never before. Onward and upward. Okay, there's a lot of energy in this conversation. I would say they've drank quite a bit already, and it's in their blood, and they're just feeling full of energy and excitement. Okay, so Emma is the first one to use the idiom, and she says, a few more cocktails, and I'll be ready to paint the town red. She could have said, a few more cocktails, and I'll be ready to party like crazy. And then she says, yee-haw! It's fair to say, if she hadn't already been drinking, she probably wouldn't have yelled out, yee-haw! But she's in a great mood and has great energy. Layla also uses the idiom. She says, we're gonna paint the town red like never before. She could have said, we're gonna go crazy and have a wild night, dancing and drinking like never before. Okay, let's check out some vocabulary in this conversation. First, we have cocktails. I think we should use Google image search and look up cocktails. Let's see, what are cocktails? Okay, cocktails are different kinds of drinks, and more specifically, alcoholic drinks. They're not just juice or milk or water. They have different kinds of alcohol in them. Maybe rum, maybe gin, maybe whiskey, maybe, what else is there? Yeah, I'm not really an alcohol expert, but cocktails are just what people drink. They're sometimes fruity, they taste very nice, and there's enough alcohol in there to get people drunk probably fairly quickly. Okay, so those are cocktails. Let's go back to the conversation, and Layla says to Emma, slow down, Tiger. Now, Tiger could be maybe a nickname for Emma, but more likely than not, it's part of an expression that we can use. You can use, and it doesn't have to be in this kind of environment. It doesn't have to be at a bar. If someone suddenly has overwhelming energy and they're just going to go crazy and move forward, they might need to hesitate for a moment and pause and think about things. So someone else might say, "Ooh, slow down, Tiger. Relax for a moment. Think about what you're doing." So when Layla says, "Slow down, Tiger," she's talking about Emma having drank a lot already. That's your 10th drink already. And these glasses, I mean, they're not huge glasses, but they hold a decent amount of liquid. So if she's already had 10 of these, or this is her 10th, so she's already finished 9. I would say she's going to be quite drunk this evening. So Layla, slow down, Tiger, once again, is just a way to say relax, hold on, take a moment and think. Layla also says, pace yourself. The word pace is like a certain rhythm, a certain speed. If you jog or you run, maybe you're going to run a long distance. If you run as fast as you can, right away, you're probably going to pass out before you finish the race or the whole distance. So if we're running a long distance, we usually pace ourselves. We set a speed which keeps us moving forward, but it's not so fast that it's going to make us so tired that we're unable to finish. So here Layla says to Emma, pace yourself. In other words, well, slow down, take it easy. If you drink like that, you're going to pass out before we have any time to have some fun. So pace yourself just means be careful, pick a speed which you can continue onward for a while. All right. Emma, she says, I look fabulous. My breath smells like caviar. Ooh, caviar. What is caviar? Hello, Mr. Google. Let's look up caviar. Caviar is fish eggs. And personally, I don't think I've ever had caviar. Not that I know of. I've eaten a lot of fish, but I don't think I've had caviar. What I know about caviar, it's usually seen as something that that rich people eat, that is very expensive. I think it comes in a can, and I think there are different countries, like I think Russia, they produce a lot of caviar, and very high quality, very expensive caviar. Here you go, in a can. And, right, I guess people love to eat fish eggs. Okay, so for whatever reason, Emma's breath smells like caviar. And since I haven't eaten caviar, I'm not sure if it has like a fishy smell, or if it has a better smell, or if it's a certain type of caviar she's eating that they added some flavoring so it has a nice smell. I don't know. But I think since Emma she's already on her 10th drink, she's saying strange things. My breath smells like caviar. Maybe that's what they had for dinner. I don't know. She goes on to say, I'm feeling ostentatious. Let's figure out what ostentatious means. And we'll put it into Google search to see if it will give us more of a visual, a picture idea of what ostentatious means. Okay. Let's see, look at this picture. Look at my massively ostentatious shopping bag. I obviously shop in really expensive stores. And then this one says, bet you wish you could afford this stuff. Afford means I bet you wish you could pay for this stuff. Afford means to be able to pay for something. So ostentatious is, in this car, it would be like bling, bling. If someone is ostentatious, they want to attract attention. They're going to do things in an extravagant manner. Extravagant is another word for ostentatious. You're doing things in a way that you want to attract attention. And here's how you spell extravagant. Whoop, extravagant, right there. So if we look it up, we see different locations, but it's still kind of similar. wild and crazy decorations, high quality, super, just so much, trying to attract attention. And it's not necessarily a bad thing if you have the money and you can pay for it. Great. Some people really like to live an ostentatious or extravagant lifestyle and show off and show the things that they have. Okay, let's go back to the conversation. I got rid of the word ostentatious. Okay. So Emma's saying, I'm feeling ostentatious, and I'm feeling extravagant, and I feel like showing off and doing things which will attract attention. Okay. Layla finishes the conversation. We're going to paint the town red like never before. Onward and upward. Onward and upward. And she says it with an exclamation mark at the end. So she's not like onward and upward. She's like onward and upward. Onward and upward is another way to say, let's do it. Let's go forward. All right. So if you're going to, climb a mountain at the beginning, you're in a group of people and you're very excited to get started and get going. Maybe the leader of the pack says, onward and upward. Let's do it. Let's move forward. Okay. So here's the picture. And if I had to summarize the picture, I would say there are two young ladies dressed very nicely, and they're probably in a bar or a dance club. They're drinking alcoholic beverages, cocktails, and they're sitting for the moment, probably watching the crowd and seeing what's happening, and someone took their picture. Okay, let's move on to our second conversation. All right. And of course, we need to describe the picture. This picture is quite a bit different than the other one. First, the setting or the location, the environment is much different than the other picture. The other picture is probably at nighttime. That's usually when people go out and paint the town red. This picture is right during the daytime. There's shadows. I'm not quite sure in what direction they're going, so I'm not exactly sure what. Well, I'm going to guess later afternoon. Definitely not nighttime and not early morning or late day, so I'm going to say afternoon sometime. We have two people walking, judging by their hair, gray hair, their skin, the wrinkles. They're two older people that are holding hands. How nice. And they're walking down the street. And the environment, I would say they're downtown somewhere. The buildings look to me like they would be like a bank building or a business building in more of a business district of a city. And they both have backpacks on. We have Stan on the left and we have Leah on the right. Leah is a little bit shorter, about a head shorter than Stan is. Stan, you could say he's taller than Leah, about a head, because you can probably take one of his heads and put it over here, so he's a head taller than Leah. Stan has a backpack. He has, I would say, they're like business pants on. Sometimes they call them slacks or dress pants. And they're gray color. There's a pocket with a button in the back. And there's a bulge in his back pocket. A bulge which means like it comes out a little bit. It looks kind of puffy because he probably has his wallet in there. On his left hand, looks like he has a watch. I'm not exactly sure what kind of watch. It's hidden. His backpack is black. And it looks like he's wearing glasses. He has gray hair with some white around the edges. I would say his shirt is a polo shirt with like kind of like my shirt with like two or three buttons right by the neck. It doesn't button all the way down, but it has a collar and it's short sleeve. I'm going to guess it's a polo shirt. Very relaxed. It's very easy to wear. So that's Stan. Leah, has brown pants on. She also has a black backpack. It looks to me like Stan's backpack is it's a different shape, but I think Stan's backpack is a little more full, has more things in it than Leah's. Leah's shirt is, let's see, that's a wild shirt. Lots of designs. Looks like the main colors in that shirt are black, orange or pink, and white. And a lot of intricate designs. Intricate means detailed designs. Excuse me. And it's a long sleeve shirt. Stan's shirt is short sleeve. Leah's is long sleeved. It has a collar, white collar. It doesn't look like she's wearing any glasses. Her hair is short as well, and it's gray, and it also has white in it. And so if I had to summarize this picture, I would say Stan and Leah are walking down the street in the middle of the day, holding hands, and I took a picture of them. Okay, let's get to the conversation. Once again, we have the idiom, paint the town red. Whew, this must be an interesting one. If these older people are going to be painting the town red somehow, let's see what they're talking about. All right, so Leah, she starts the conversation. After we rob this bank, we're gonna paint the town red, baby. Stan, oh yeah, I've got all our burglary tools in my backpack. What's in yours? Leah, cotton candy, a deck of cards, and a slinky. It's everything we need. Stan, this is the best birthday surprise ever. I'm so excited to paint the town red. All right, let's find those idioms. There's one right there. Make it bold. Let's find the other idiom. Paint the town red. Make it bold. Okay, now we have two idioms that were used. Leah used it once and Stan used it once. We made them bold so they pop out and we can see how they're used in the conversation. All right, quick check. All right, I'm going to do this conversation and at regular speed. Leah, after we rob this bank, we're going to paint the town red, baby. Stan, oh yeah, I've got all our burglary tools in my backpack. What's in yours? Leah, cotton candy, a deck of cards, and a slinky. It's everything we need. Stan, this is the best birthday surprise ever. I'm so excited to paint the town red. So, looking at this picture, I would not have expected this conversation. That's kind of how it works around here. Okay, so Leah says, after we rob this bank, we're gonna paint the town red, baby. She could have said, after we rob this bank, we're gonna party like crazy, baby. We're gonna go out on the town and go to all the dance clubs, baby. Stan, he also uses the idiom, and he says, this is the best birthday surprise ever. I'm so excited to paint the town red. And he could have said, I'm so excited I'm so excited to have a crazy and wonderful time tonight. I'm so excited to go out to the newest dance club and party like a rock star. Okay, so Leah and Stan have just had their conversation. Let's take a look at some of the vocabulary in here. First, before we get to the vocabulary, so what's going to happen? Well, it looks like it's Stan's birthday, right? He says this is the best birthday surprise ever. And I guess the surprise is to rob the bank. If this is the best birthday surprise ever, which is, kind of crazy, kind of makes you think, what have they done for his other birthdays? Burglary tools. Repeat after me. Burglary tools. What are burglary tools? I'm so glad you asked. Mr. Google is so glad you asked. All right, let's take a look. Burglary tools. Okay, let's look at this one. Burglary tools are basically tools that help you break into a building and rob something, steal something, take something. So the money could be a tool that if there's a guard in front and you're like, hey, psst, I need to get inside. Here's some money. You never saw anything. So the money could be a bribe. It's a tool to get in the building, and the guard's like, okay. Security guards don't usually make that much money, especially regular ones that are unarmed and don't have weapons and have a very low level of training. So he's probably like, "Whoo, sure, $100. I'll do whatever you want. I'll help you." Okay, over here it looks like some sort of, I don't know, maybe an ID document, something like that. These are called, with the red handles, are called bolt cutters. If there's a big chain, like a chain link fence, let's quick look up what a chain link fence is. Chain link fence is this kind of fence. So they have these steel or aluminum things, and with the bolt cutters, with these bolt cutters, you just clamp on and you can cut. All right, the machete, I guess that could be a burglary tool. Usually when I think of, I used to be a police officer back when, and usually burglary is something that's done at night. It's quiet, and they're trying not to hurt anybody. They're trying to not be seen or heard. So oftentimes they carry no weapons. At least the ones that I caught, it was very common that they wouldn't carry any weapons because they just want to go in and out quick and don't. A machete would be more for a robbery, not a burglary. However, let's say you're in the jungle and there's some cabin in the jungle that you need to get to rob things. So to get through the jungle, you need to cut away the bushes and stuff. Okay, this looks like some sort of a bayonet or a big knife. I'm not quite sure. Cell phones, you can use those if you're going to steal from somewhere. Maybe you have a partner. In this case, Stan and Leah. Stan's going to be on the phone. Okay, is it clear to go in? Leah's like, yeah, good. I'm eating my cotton candy. It's ready to, let's do this. Okay. All right, let's see anything else. This is called a crowbar, and a crowbar is used to force something open. The opening right here, if there's a nail that's popping up, here's a nail. So a nail and hammer, this would be the nail, and you can use the crowbar to force the nail to come up. You hook it in there and then you pull it up. But a crowbar can also be used to force open a window, even though the window is locked. You stick that crowbar in there and you pop it open and it forces the lock open. Or if the crowbar is big enough, you could use it to force open a door or force open a lock of some kind. Crowbar is very useful, not only for burglary, but for regular life too. And here, this might be what how a burglar would dress. Cover their face. They don't want to be seen. Plus, it makes them dark. They can hide in the bushes and in the night and stuff. However, Leah and Stan are doing it in the daytime. Okay. So these are burglary tools. All right. Let's go back. So Stan says, I've got all our burglary tools in my backpack. That might explain why his backpack looks like it's a little bit bigger than Leah's. Then he asks Leah, what's in yours? And when he says yours, it's a possessive pronoun, and it's talking about your backpack. So whose backpack? Leah's backpack. And the first thing she said, okay, I got to stay serious here. Cotton candy. Do we know what cotton candy is? Well, I think we're going to find out. Cotton candy. I haven't had cotton candy for a long time. Okay, so this is cotton candy. It's basically sugar and food coloring. And they spin it around in the machine. Let's see, let's put in cotton candy machine. All right, and it just spins around. I'm not an expert, but it spins around and they're able to put the sugar in, and the sugar becomes crystallized, and they make cotton candy. So from what I remember eating cotton candy, it's really sticky. It tastes quite good because it's like pure sugar. And then maybe they put a flavor on it, or they put some food coloring it in. But this is cotton candy. And why she has cotton candy in her backpack to go commit a burglary, who knows? She also has a deck of cards. What is a deck of cards? I think that's a great question. A deck of cards are like playing cards, right? For playing poker, playing different games. And this is the deck, it's inside a little box, so all the cards are neatly organized inside the box. And Leah has a deck of cards in her backpack. Why? Who knows? And here's the one that maybe you guys haven't heard before, a slinky. What is a slinky? I know they make plastic ones, and they also make metal ones. I don't know if they make the metal ones anymore, actually, or aluminum. A slinky. What is a slinky? I don't know if you guys have seen these before. I guess they probably do make them metal ones. A slinky, it stretches. It pulls out, and then it will go down the stairs. So let's see. Slinky going downstairs. Oh, they're going to give us a GIF. Okay. So let's see if it loads. The slinky will start at the top, and since it bends, it keeps going. It'll go down and down and down and down, and it gets its forward momentum, so it keeps moving. So a slinky is kind of cool. I always like the metal ones or the aluminum ones better than the plastic ones. They just seem to be much better, even though they would bend easier. Okay, so that is a slinky. It's a kid's toy. Okay, so Leah, she has everything they need for a burglary. Cotton candy, a deck of cards, and a slinky. And she even says, it's everything we need. Okay. All right. So, this, this is going to be a crazy day. Whether or not they're successful, I'm going to bet that they are successful, because if they've been living a dangerous lifestyle like this, and they're this old, and they're not in jail, I imagine they have a lot of practice, and they've been able to do this kind of stuff. All right, so that was our second conversation using the idiom paint the town red. Today, in this lesson, we use the idiom paint the town red and some pictures. 2 women on the left and an older couple on the right. Different scenarios, different situations, but they both use the idiom paint the town red. And we created conversations. Okay. All right. I had a great time teaching this lesson. I hope you did too. Have a wonderful day.